Okay, so now we've made our blocks, whether it's a negative and positive or just one, we're now going to print with it. So this is how you are going to print a design. So you can do just a regular print, but I'll talk about those, how you can do different types of, you know, a half drop repeat or just a regular repeat like that. But this is what we're now going to do. So that's the finished version. So you need some fabric. You're going to need your block, and you are going to start to think about where you're going to place your block. So you're going to place one block in the top left hand corner. You're then going to get a pin, and you are just going to pin in the bottom of that corner there, like that, and take that to the edge there, and then that's going to show you where the bottom of your block finishes. And you can put another pin up this way, or just pop it down like that so it's nice and straight. So you're literally just going to register one little corner so you know where to go to. If you're going to struggle to do that with a pin, I don't mind if you move that across, so line that up in the corner there. You can just put a little dot there like that, so that's your corner, so you can just see that little dot there. Move it across, so you're going to place the edge of your block there, you're going to put another dot there. So that gives you an idea of where things are going to register. So you're going to mark out your fabric. So let's do it all with dots. So I'm just going to pop that one back in there and put my dot just there. So you're going to bring that down, you're going to place your top corner, so that corner there is now going to be placed where that little dot is there. Straighten it up and then do another little dot in the right hand corner. So it's just going to have a series of dots going across, so it gives you an idea of where to line up your blocks. And that should be enough, because you can then line that up there and keep going across like that. Okay, so once you've got your fabric prepped, the next thing you need to do is get your tray, choose your fabric printing colours, and we've got some sponges. So I'm going to leave my block on there. I'm going to now move across over to here, and I'm going to start with blue. I'm going to give that a shake. Just going to squeeze a little bit out like that. Okay, so it's quite a good generous amount. You're then going to use a sponge. So we've got a clean sponge, dry sponge here. You're going to pick up your block, and you are going to put some onto your sponge. It doesn't have to cover the whole of the sponge, so just one corner, and then you are literally going to just put it onto your block like this. So just where your neoprene is. It is going to go onto the block underneath. Of course it is onto the wood, but you need to make sure you've got nice even coverage on your block. You are going to get dirty fingers here. Turn it round, sponge it on. And when you think you've got a nice coverage, and that, just give it a final little all over. Pop your sponge down, and then we're going to turn this over, and we're now going to print it. So we're going to start in our top left corner. We're going to pop this down. And think about where that corner is there. We're going to pop that down like that. You are then going to just gently press. You could, if you want to, just get a nice even press. You can get a little dry roller, and we can just roller that across. Okay, and when we lift this up, we should hopefully have a nice print like that. Okay, so the next thing is you can do the same print, so you can then print that. So if imagine I had printed that, that would look like that. Or you could think, actually, I'd quite like to, like the one in my example I showed you, I would quite like to have the negative and the positive. So if you're going to do this, the opposite one, you're going to leave this square blank. So we're going to print all of these purple ones first. So we're going to miss one and print in the next one. So I'm going to do that, or you just keep going straight across. So I'm just going to load this up again. And then we're just going to keep going across. So we're going to do all the alternate ones, because I want to do positive, negative, positive, negative. So we're going to do all one first. Keep your fingers white, so I'm just going to pick that up. So we're going to skip that one. So we're not going to go there. We're going to move across one, and we're just going to pop that down there. Watch out, your fingers are going to be slightly dirty. I'm going to use a dry roller. The roller just gives you a bit of even pressure, more so than if you just do it with your hand. But you can just do it with your hand. Give it a roll. When you think that's done, we're just going to lift that. So hold your fabric down, lift that up, and you can see we've now got space to put in that one, which is going to be a different colour, so we're going to get it repeating like that. So I'll finish this off and we'll come back to that. Okay, so now I've finished printing all of my purple ones. I am going to do it 2 tones, so you can see that I've missed every other one, then I've dropped down to here. You could have done that in lines, but I think it's quite nice to do a checkerboard effect. So I'm now just going to print one of these. So of course so that was my purple side, the ones I've printed. We're now going to turn it over and I've now got the other side. I'm going to change colour, so I'm going to load it up with the green this time. So it's exactly the same. Can't help but get dirty fingers, hands, but it all washes off. But obviously you're going to wear aprons, tie all your hair back, roll up your sleeves. Right, so that's now loaded, so we're going to pop it inside there, going to flip it over, and we're just going to line it up very carefully, lay that down, and then my dry roller, I'm just going to roll over the back here, which is obviously going to save putting your hands down because this is still wet because I've been printing with it. And there we go, so it still works. So you can now see how you've got your negatives and positives. So you'd load it again and repeat. So I'd probably do this one here, or I might do those, but you're going to cover it, fill in all the gaps, and that's all there is to it. So I'm just doing my last one, so I'm doing the dry roll. So it's the very last one, and hopefully we're now going to see it's all printed. And there you have your checkerboard effect. So you could do different patterns, different colours. You could just do that, and how nice is that?